Okay, so here's our first lesson. I just felt like it was the right time to do it now. So, first of all, you have to have good quality drumsticks because if they're not going to be balanced. So you have to have Vader, Vic Firth, Zildjian. I think you already got some good sticks, but if it's a Vic Firth, your thumb goes on the flag. But when you grab a drumstick, this is the right way to start. So the crease of your index finger right here and your thumbnail need to meet like this. Boop. So when you grab the drumstick, your thumbnail's on one side and that crease of your index finger is on the other side. So this should be like this. And then the rest of your hand just kind of falls under it. There's another interesting thing, which is if you do hold the drumstick here and you let your arm hang from your elbow straight to the floor, you see where the stick balances? It ends up being right in this groove that's already in your hand, this groove right here. And then you put your thumb and your index finger in position, and then you let these guys just relax. Now, the stick, if it's in that spot, what I know from the thing we just did is from my elbow to the tip of the stick, it'll be a straight line. Or it'll be naturally in line. If it's in my hand here, I can make a whipping motion like this, and the stick is going to, without having to rotate at any point in time, if I bring my arm up, bring my shoulder down, my elbow back and down, I'll be able to make a straight line to the drum if it's in that part of my hand, like a whip. Now these are all gears. We've got our shoulder would be our biggest gear, and then our elbow would be next, our wrist would be after that, and then our fingers would be after that. So we work on all of these. We don't really work on the elbow much, but if you need to play really big, it doesn't have to be hard. You can play hard from here with a whip, harder than I can from up here. But most of these gears depend on speed, how fast we need to go. If we need to use our fingers or our wrist or from the elbow down. So that's an important thing. You should be able to see the top of your hand when you're playing. It shouldn't be where your thumbs are on top like this. Your elbow shouldn't be out. Everything should be relaxed and comfortable. Just like if you were playing a hand drum and you wanted to make a nice full sound, you wouldn't have tension in your hand. It wouldn't be squeezed. And actually, if you squeeze the drumstick, if you squeeze it, the pitch gets higher compared to a loose hand. Squeeze, no squeeze. So same thing happens on drums. When you play drums, if your hands are relaxed and your arms are relaxed and you're playing, and there's a natural flow to it, your drums are going to resonate more and sound fuller. But if you grip the stick really hard, you're going to absorb the vibration into your wrist, which we don't want to do. And your drums won't sound as good, unless that's what you're going for. A lot of these things that we learn, it's like, well, this is the best way to do it. And then you have all these other things you can use for style or for taste or for effect, for sound. So, but the first thing that we could do is put on a metronome. I don't have one right here right now, but we put on a metronome. There's apps for it. The Gap Click. You get any kind of metronome, you put it at 60 beats per minute, and it's going to go, you guessed it, once a second. So, boop, 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 boop. So, if here's my metronome, beep, 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 I'm going to put two notes in that space. Beep, beep, right, left, 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 right, left. Now in the bar of what we would call 4/4, if the time signature was 4/4, there would be 4 beats in a measure, and the quarter note is the note that we would count. So we would count, for listening to those beeps, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm playing 2 notes for every click, beep, 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 beep. Now there's 4 beeps when I'm playing 8 notes, so those are called eighth notes. And we count them 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's all we really need to worry about right now, is playing alternating single strokes, right hand to left hand. Beep, 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 beep. Looking at our hands, making sure that we're not doing something weird or holding our stick weird or putting our thumbs out or index fingers out. We don't want to wrap our thumbs around the drumstick like this. We want to keep it on the side, the fat part of our thumb on the side, and then the index finger right on the opposite side. Beep, beep, looking at my hands. Beep, making sure I can see the top of my hand flat, kind of like that. Oh, and we have to count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So those are just alternating singles at an eighth note speed. If I now were to play 2 notes before moving on to the other hand, like right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Now I'm playing alternating double strokes. And if I played them at the eighth note speed, if my click was here, it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And for now, I just want you to spend time doing that. So you put on a song that's around 60, 80, 90 beats per minute. And if the song's here, you're going. And of course, you're counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and double strokes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What we're doing, you put on a song and you play alternating eighth notes. You play eighth notes and alternating singles or alternating double strokes, and you just keep going through that song, girl. You just keep going, because what you're getting your hands to, hopefully your wrist to follow the rebound of the stick. Because when I throw this thing down, if I let go, that's just on a drum pad. I mean, there's so much velocity. The stick wants to push back. When I play down, it wants to push back. So instead of dribbling, if you had to dribble a basketball, you wouldn't push down and then pick it up and push down again. You would follow the bounce. That's what we're doing when we're playing drums. My wrist has to follow the rebound, just like if it was a basketball. So I'm pushing down and I'm not pulling the stick back up. I'm throwing the stick down and letting it push my wrist back. If I didn't do that, my hand would have to open and the stick would land back. Or if I do it too slow, I actually have to pull the stick back up. I don't want to do either of those. I want to throw the stick down and let the velocity push my hand back. I want to receive the stick back into my hand while it's rebounding. So my wrist has to come back as fast as the stick wants to rebound. And a good practice for just that is to hold the stick at a certain height and throw it from here and try to bring it back to the same spot. It gets hard to do the less velocity you have. So that's what I want you to do. Put on a song. You can search a song that's somewhere between 60 to 90 beats per minute. And if the bass drum's here and the snare drum's here, that's the tempo. So your eighth notes would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 just play. It gets your hands to feel that rebound. You got a lot to think about. Making sure your grip's right, making sure it's in your hand right, trying to get your wrist, training your body to follow the rebound of those strokes. So I hope that helps. I'll do a longer play along video next time, but it's getting kind of late. But I hope this helps.